Hello YouTubers, I'm here to review three animated movies by the name of Felidae or Felidae, Watership Down, and The Plague Dogs. These three movies, I do want to say from the start, even though they are animated movies, they are not for children in any way, shape, or form. And I would highly suggest that any child under at least the age of 13 should not watch these movies. Actually, I think some of them you should be at least 17 to watch them. We're going to start with the oldest of the three, which is Watership Down, which is a British animated movie made from a book by Richard Adams. It was released in 1978. This story follows a set of rabbits, the first of which is Fiver, who has a vision of a terrible occurrence coming to the warren where they live, and he tells this to his brother Hazel, and they try to convince the leader of the warren to leave the area because they are in danger. Of course, they are ignored and not trusted, which they manage to get together a small group of other rabbits who are willing to listen to them and escape the warren in time when humans come in and gas the warren, killing the rabbits. This group of rabbits then flee and encounter a series of very tragic events throughout their journey, trying to find a new home. This movie, though it is rated PG, has very adult content. There's strong language and there is extreme violence and gore in it. It's a really great movie, though, in saying that, and really can be related to the plight of humans as well. So I highly recommend it. The next movie is Plague Dogs, The Plague Dogs, which was also written by Richard Adams and later adapted into a film. Released in 1982, and it follows the story of two dogs who escape a testing facility that were conducting cruel and just disgusting experiments on animals. And the two dogs are Ralph, a Labrador mix, and Snitter, a fox terrier. The dogs manage to escape the facility only to find out that the outside world can be just as cruel as the experiences they were facing inside. They at one point in the movie encounter a fox by the name of the Todd, and he assists them in a way to survive, and it becomes apparent later on his actual motives, whether he's actually a good guy or if he's kind of just out for himself and using these dogs to help him. As the movie progresses, the two dogs are then hunted down by the facility they escaped from using the army because they're believed to be carrying the bubonic plague that the facility was experimenting with. So this movie definitely is not a children's movie. It carries a PG-13 rating, though, like I said, I believe that it should be a PG-17, if not higher. If you are going to let your young children watch these movies, please make sure you watch it with them and have a discussion afterwards and during the movie to make sure that they understand what's going on and can emotionally handle it. Plague Dogs contains some extreme violence, a lot of blood and gore, and some scenes of death involving sheep. But also a very good movie and a very powerful movie. If you are weak of constitution or an extreme animal lover, this probably is not going to be a movie for you, as it entails animal abuse and animal testing. The last movie is Felidae, which released in 1994. It's a German animated movie. It has no rating whatsoever to it, but of the three, it tends to be about the worst when it comes to content. It contains strong language, adult language, extreme violence, a lot of gore, and some sexual content. So I highly do not recommend this movie for children. Felidae surrounds a cat named Francis, who him and his owner moved to a new town. And shortly upon moving there, he finds a cat that has been brutally murdered in a very vicious and gory fashion. And he befriends another cat who tells him that this cat was murdered by a can opener, which is cat slang for a human. And as the movie progresses, he meets other characters who help him along his investigation into these gruesome murders, and ultimately finding out what is causing it. Felidae has a amazing soundtrack to it, and the title song for the movie was done by Boy George, and you can find it on YouTube as well. All three of these movies are available on YouTube. Watership Down and Plague Dogs are definitely available on VHS and DVD. Felidae is supposedly available on VHS and DVD, but I have had trouble trying to locate an actual copy of it. But you can see all three of these movies in their entirety on YouTube if you want to see them. A lot of adults overlook these movies because they are animated movies, and they mistakenly think that they are, kids' films or like Disney films. As one reviewer said when she saw the preview for Felidae, she believed it to be similar to the Aristocats, which could be, further from the truth. These films are very adult and very graphic in nature. They deal with some very extreme situations and extreme subject matter. And so, they definitely are not for kids, but, adults, I highly recommend that you watch these movies, especially if you have pets or, love animals. They're really great movies. They really talk about the plight of these animals go through. And they help bring up some very valid points about, animal testing and animal cruelty and stuff like that. And they can also be related to things occurring in our own lives as humans. And so I hope this review helps, and I really hope that you check out these movies. But once again, remember, these are not for children, so keep that in mind when you're watching them. So, till next time, enjoy. Bye.